The gentleman in Florida, Mr. Zimmerman, I think it's George, going around busting caps in young black people. And it clearly took me back to the day when the young black man, young African American student, high schooler at Northwestern High School was snatched, accosted, assaulted, wrist broken by the Israeli paramilitary dude up in Park Heights. Now that's a hate crime. Florida, that's a hate crime. And this man is still walking the streets. And I was reminded prior to coming in here by my dear friend and colleague David Miller of how down in Alabama, it was all of the preachers who got together and they preached the same sermon on the same Sunday about leaving the buses alone. And maybe the suggestion for Florida is just boycott Florida. All of the groups and social networks and fraternities and sororities, everybody goes to Florida. Maybe it's time to boycott Florida, the whole state, because something is fundamentally wrong. I look at Baltimore County, African Americans comprise 30% of the county. Yet when I look what happened at the 4th Councilmanic District, it is utterly appalling to have a majority black district so watered down after years of progress. I've said it once, I've said it before. It's as if black people, fresh out of slavery, had more common sense than we do today, with all of our 6-figure incomes and 2-car garages, and luxury cars. We're losing black colleges. There once was at least 114, and the number is going down. On that note, I had the opportunity Friday to interview the president of Morgan State University, Dr. David Wilson. And as listeners recall, last week Craig Thompson came on this show, and it wasn't the best interview from a professional standpoint, possibly. It did get emotional. I do think that there were questions that Craig Thompson, attorney at law who defended the state against HBCUs, I think there were questions he did not answer. But at the end of the day, when I talked to Dr. David Wilson, the current president for the past 2 years of Morgan State University, in his office, he said he counts at least $600 million are missing from Morgan State University. $600 million. And for anybody, let alone a prominent black lawyer who we wanted to push for mayor to get out there on behalf of the state and defend what is clearly an inadequate funding of historically black colleges and universities here in the state of Maryland, i.e. Morgan, i.e. Coppin, Bowie, University of Maryland Eastern Shore, for him to do that is totally egregious. So we're going to get the ball rolling. We have some people coming on the line. Charmel Davis, her godfather was the late Congressman Donald Payne up in New Jersey. We're going to talk with her. Also, we're going to talk with Kevin Williams. He has a film coming out about black Republicans. I'm not a Democrat. I'm registered Democrat. I'm not a Democrat in spirit nor Republican. I'm a black man in America. What are you? So we're going to hear from you, and let's get the ball rolling. We're going to talk with Michael Singletary and all of that a little later about James Mosier baseball. So without further ado,